The final play of the final regular season game for the 1987 Syracuse Orange. They are 3 yards away from victory. 3 yards away from a perfect regular season. 3 yards away from fulfilling a mission.
Jim, what do you expect Syracuse to run? I have no idea, but I think McPherson will be running some kind of an option rollout pass. Tight end is Kelly to the near side. Syracuse trails 31-30 with 10 seconds to go for a 2-point conversion. Johnny McPherson, long count, option to the other side of the field. He pitches to Owen. Dives it! Yeah! 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 Oh, boy, what a play that was! Holy mackerel! Oh, boy, what a victory! I don't think I saw that comeback! What a comeback!
Let's go Syracuse. That's the first thing we wanted to get done. We wanted to have an undefeated season, be 11-0. And there's nobody ever been better in Syracuse's history.
Yeah, nobody.
And I'll tell you something right now, man. You can see that yourself. You're a great football team. You're on a mission.
When the Syracuse Orange climaxed a tremendous comeback with a victory over West Virginia, they brought to New Orleans a perfect 11-0 record. They earned the right to play in the 1988 Sugar Bowl by virtue of the winningest season in the 98-year history of Syracuse football. They had extended themselves to the limit, won every struggle they faced, and now are in the Louisiana Superdome to finish their mission towards excellence. This is the story of that long, successful journey to a Sugar Bowl berth on New Year's Day. Who would have foreseen a January 1st in New Orleans back on September 5th as the mission begins with the University of Maryland? Orange fans are immediately shown how dangerously versatile the Syracuse offensive backfield will be in 1987. Sophomore running back Michael Owens, playing his first college game, displays the instinctive running abilities that earned him high school All-American honors. Owens joins a select class of Syracuse running backs who have worn tradition-rich number 44, a class which includes 3 of the finest runners in the history of college football.
There's a great tradition with the number 44. Jim Brown and Ernie Davis and Floyd Little, they've all worn the number. And they did great things on and off the field with it. And I just hope that when I leave Syracuse with number 44 on, I hope that I can be in the class that they were in.
Junior defensive back Marcus Paul, who has started every game of his college career at free safety for the Orange, and senior nose guard Ted Gregory headline an aggressive Orange defense that limits Maryland's passing attack and allows the Terps only 48 yards rushing. Syracuse dominates Maryland 25-11 in 1987's opening game as cries of 1 down, 1 to go are underway. An overcast September Saturday in New Jersey is the setting for a clash between the Orangemen and the Scarlet Knights of Rutgers. The defensive line of Ted Gregory, Paul Fraze, and Rob Burnett indicate early in the season that moving the ball on the Orange will be difficult. And supporting these tough linemen are a swift core of linebackers and defensive backs. Young Michael Owens continues to show why he is to become an invaluable asset to the offensive attack. Owens is complemented by junior backs Darrell Johnston and Robert Drummond, who along with Owens comprise one of the most prolific backfields in the nation.
We just said we're going to attack them with our strengths, our passing and our running, and that's just what we did. We went out there, we attacked them first with the pass, then we sprinkled them with a little bit of runs, then we attacked them with the pass again.
All three running backs each collect over 70 yards rushing against the Scarlet Knights, as Syracuse easily defeats Rutgers 20-3 in game number 2. Miami of Ohio is to become the latest victim of the stingy Orange defense, and the second of the 3 opponents to be held under 50 yards rushing in a game. Defensive domination over Miami is best exemplified by All-American candidate Marcus Paul, who excites the crowd with his constant presence around the ball and a pair of interceptions.
I really have to, I have to give a lot of credit to my defensive linebackers, and the other defensive backs, because I think without them doing their job as far as putting pressure on the quarterback, getting hits on receivers and slowing them down for me, basically I just read the quarterback, and wherever he's looking, I kind of lean towards that receiver, and try to get a good break on the ball.
The Syracuse offense racks up over 400 yards for the second straight week, as quarterback Don McPherson completes 15 passes for over 250 yards, a pair of touchdowns thrown, and a third touchdown rushing. The Orange gain a berth in the top 20 for the first time in 1987 with an attack that is engineered by senior quarterback Don McPherson. A super athlete and 3-year starter, McPherson is quickly becoming the heart and soul of this undefeated squad and a serious candidate for both All-American and Heisman Trophy honors.
I think that I'm a natural runner as an athlete and also as an option quarterback, but I also think that I have the ability to step in the pocket and stand there and throw, and that's something that gets better and better every week.
What we have to look at is this. Donnie McPherson was a top 50 candidate at high school. Led his team, Jim Thorpe Award in Nassau, Long Island. Was the state high school high jump champion of the state of New York. Was the hurdle champion. Tremendous athlete. Led a team to 5-0 with a bad knee and a bad ankle. Had a week to get real well. He got well, and it was a shock when he got well what he could do. Plus, he's a beautiful kid.
He's like the character builder out there. He's like the senior leader out there. He gets a lot of things going. When we can't, as other players, get things rolling, and other guys can move the ball. Donnie's the type of person who can come on the field and take over and just run the show itself.
I'm having a lot of fun now knowing that Robert Drummond's doing an exceptional job at tailback along with Darryl Johnson. So I know that I can give the ball to those guys and they can do, like I call it, dirty work, and I can just sit back in the pocket and throw the ball.
I don't allow a quarterback to be a captain of my football team. See, that's what you have to love about my football team. They elected him tri-captain. They didn't care what I said. I got the message. So I said, men, you win. They know I don't like it, but they have their reasons. So it's another great compliment to him.
McPherson wants to throw. He's going deep. Way out there. Touchdown. DeVal Glover with a touchdown on the deep post pattern. A perfectly thrown pass by Don McPherson.
See, Gil Brandt said this. Don McPherson is the most exciting football player in college football today. 1987. He's right.
Winning is the most important. That's why we're here. It is also important to be exciting, I guess, because in the future that will help me in the NFL to have that ability to make things happen. But I think right now the most important thing is winning football games, and that's what we're doing. You like the accolades, you like all the recognition, and certainly an All-American status is a great thing, and it's something that you can put in your hat and take with you for life. So it's definitely something that you strive for. But like I said, the bottom line is winning football games, and that's what it's all about.
After 3 games in which Syracuse thoroughly dominates, the Orange now face their first real test of character against Virginia Tech. The Hokies score 3 early touchdowns and take a 21-7 lead at the half. The Orange trail for the first time in 1987.
So we had never been behind. We had never had to do anything in the fourth quarter. The defense had never had to save us. And nothing bad had ever happened to us. And all of a sudden, everything bad happened to us in the first half of Virginia Tech. I said, now, we will be a great football team if we can overcome all of these obstacles that we've been. So this is what makes a team.
The potent Orange offense rises to life in the second half. The Orange offensive line of Craig Stopel, John Flannery, John Garrett, Blake Bednars, and Turnell Sims provides outstanding pass protection as the Orange stage their initial comeback of a wild and exciting season. On the ground and through the air, Syracuse is invincible, punching holes in the enemy's defense and grabbing this game by the neck. The Tech defenders seem helpless by the time Robert Drummond gallops in for the winning touchdown.
I think that defenders were kind of tired and they couldn't get to me quick enough. I just slipped the 2 tackles and Tommy Kane made a great block downfield and I was just off to the races.
As the Orange demonstrate their ability to overcome adversity, the rest of the nation begins to note a reemergence of the tremendous college football tradition of Syracuse University. The Orange prevail 35-21, are now 4-0, and continue their drive to join the top 10 and take their place among the nation's finest football teams. The game plan at Missouri is to unleash the wide-open offense that opposing teams have had so much difficulty defensing. Canadian-born Tommy Kane has become one of Don McPherson's favorite targets. The speed of the receivers, plus the versatility of mobile Don McPherson, combine with a strong running game to form a powerful offensive attack. With their key plays coming off the aerial game, the Orange whipped their Big 8 opponent and now are 5-0. Another one down, and with defending national champion Penn State looming on the horizon, a very large one to go. It will be one of Syracuse's most crucial games in many, many years.
From the offensive line standpoint, we just went out there and we were sky high.
Everything was just starting to come together for us. I knew that we could be very successful against them.
The seat was full everywhere you looked. The first few minutes, all I did was stand around on the field and spin around and look. When you first come out, it's just unbelievable.
Little does a jammed Carrier Dome crowd realize the lightning and thunder that will strike on the game's first play. On a brilliant call by Coach McPherson, the Orange stun Penn State with a gamble that pays big dividends. Rob Moore is on the receiving end of an 80-yard touchdown pass with only 10 seconds gone from the clock. The Orange lead 7-0.
I saw the defensive back bite on the run fake and then see him fall. I knew that it was just bombs away and that Rob Moore can get behind him. And he did a great job of just staying with the ball because I did throw it high to give him time to get underneath it. And he did a great job of concentrating and then running like crazy to get in the end zone.
Syracuse continues to play aggressive football. And builds a 13-0 lead by the end of the first quarter. Intensity spreads quickly to the special teams and the defense. Each Syracuse defender searching out a white helmet, each taking pride in every hit that stalls the Penn State offense. Coach McPherson knows Syracuse needs to score big in this annual shootout with Penn State. As Tommy Kane makes one of the most acrobatic catches of the 1987 season, the Orange are solidly in command. Outstanding defensive play keeps Penn State shut out in the first half and will hold tailback Blair Thomas to only 42 yards rushing the entire game.
Couldn't give Blair Thomas any seams to run in, because once you give that type of back any room to run, he's going to find it. So we went out there with that kind of attitude, and you know, as it turned out, everyone did take care of responsibilities, and we shut down Blair Thomas.
He had to be shocked. He had no place to go. And every time he turned around, bam, 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 there's somebody on him. And as long as we play like that, we can play.
Leading 27-0, Syracuse continues its dominance of the Nittany Lions. The offensive duo of Don McPherson and Tommy Kane connect again to up the lead to an astonishing 34-0. Kane will go on to set season school records for touchdown catches and yards receiving. A strategic quick kick and a stroke of good fortune give the Orange excellent field position deep in Penn State territory. And when McPherson sprints to the end zone, the lead balloons to an incredible 41-0. For Syracuse fans everywhere, it is a moment in time to savor. In this great Orange triumph, it is fitting that senior place kicker Tim Vesling sets the NCAA team record for most consecutive extra points. As time runs out, Syracuse crushes Penn State 48-21. A victory that compares with the great Orange upset of #1 ranked Nebraska in 1984, and a victory that elevates the Orange among the elite of this college football season.
I mean, it was euphoric. I mean, the feeling was great.
I think everybody on the team knew that we could beat them if we played to our potential. The coaches talked all week about the tradition at Penn State. You know, this was their decade of excellence, and they got us to believe in ourselves that they were just another Division I football player across from us, and there was no difference between us and them. You know, we were a great athlete, they were a great athlete, and all we had to do was come out and play the way we were capable of playing.
Play for real. We played Penn State, no question. We are for real. We beat the defending national champions.
There was a certain feeling that this is a year we felt we had the talent, and we thought we had the mental attitude to beat Penn State in 1987. That's what we did.
To beat a Penn State, which was the national champion last year, and to have them down 41-0 with still 6 minutes left in the third quarter, I think that showed a lot of people what Syracuse football has become.
The brilliant triumph over Penn State proves the crowning touch for a Syracuse defense that is experienced, close-knit, and intimidating. Linebackers Keith Ryber, Terry Wooden, Derek Ward, and David Bavaro team with a solid front line and secondary to shut down opponents.
Defensively is our strength, and everybody in football knows that's how you win football games, is defense. We have just an amazing 4 or 5 people to play the 3 positions in the Oklahoma.
You know, we hang together real good as far as, you know, there's a lot of team unity as far as the guys on that defense. You know, we all know each other pretty well, and we all trust each other. You know, we have the utmost confidence in every person at his individual position. And I think that, you know, we just have the guys in the defense this year who's really out to, you know, to go out and just be as intense as they can every play of the game. We want to get to the ball. We want to swarm. We want to have some bruising hits. Make people remember us. We have the type of guys with that attitude and that temperament. To want to get that done every Saturday.
Yeah, I think we're a pretty close-knit group, and everybody, we played well together, and that's one of the reasons why I think we were so successful this season, because everybody, we pushed each other and we just played so well together.
We go into a game, we take it personally. If the other team's going to move the ball on us, we don't like it too much.
Senior Ted Gregory, number 93, has become the spark that ignites this defensive fire.
Ted Gregory he just winds himself up to play, and he gets very, very ferocious and tremendously intense, special.
I go out there, I approach every snap of the ball. I try to think of it as like a sprint. Every snap of the ball is like me running a sprint, and I try to give it my all, and then after the play's over, I try to catch my breath again and get ready for another sprint. So I'm just out there giving 100%. I think that's the bottom line of what I do. I go out there and I do my best. The main thing is just the team winning, as far as I'm concerned, and all the personal stats and all the personal glory. It all goes along with it. It goes hand in hand with winning.
I didn't think that we could ever be this good. They just are playing amazing.
The Syracuse defense continues its aggressive play against Colgate in week number 7.
There's the Flutie-like Phelan, and he throws upfield, and it's intercepted by David Holmes. He might return this one all the way. He's at the 45, the 40, down to the 25, the 20. One man to beat, and he's knocked out of bounds. 3rd down and 1. Phelan has time. He's got one receiver downfield. He's swallowed up. Paul Fraze just ate him up on that rollout.
The great play of the defense is joined with an All-American performance by Don McPherson.
McPherson barks out the signals. 2 tight ends, the option look. Now McPherson going down the middle. Touchdown, Tommy Kane. And McPherson on the straight drop. He has both backs out. He's going long for Kane. He's ahead of the field. Touchdown! He's looking long. He's going for Kane once more. The ball is wobbling, and it's caught! His 3rd touchdown catch of the first quarter. And here comes Drummond looking to throw the ball. Now he puts it up. McPherson all alone. Touchdown! Little bit of razzle-dazzle. Don McPherson running the option, keeping it himself. McPherson into the clear. McPherson down the sideline. 15, 10, 5. He dives in. Touchdown! Now he's done it all in one game. He's thrown for 3. He's run for 1. And he's caught a touchdown pass.
The Orangemen logged 52 points and cracked the AP UPI Top 10 for the first time in 1987. Another major test will come at Pitt Stadium, where a huge contingent of Syracuse supporters continue to follow the Orange on the road. With another national television audience watching, the Orange go up top in this annual struggle with the Pitt Panthers. Senior tight end Pat Kelly is one of 2 receivers who are to play a big role as the Orange sustain their unbeaten streak. Kelly will finish the 87 season as an honorable mention All-American, and his touchdown catch against Pittsburgh is one of the highlights of a fantastic season.
What I was supposed to be doing on the play was to be a blocker, and whenever you have a quarterback like Don McPherson, you have to be ready for anything, and he was scrambling around. But I was also an eligible receiver, so I just went out in the flat, and he had a great pass to me, and managed to get in the end zone, so I was pretty happy with it.
Junior wide receiver Tommy Kane is the other key receiver in the offensive attack against the Panthers. And teams with Pat Kelly to become the first Syracuse receiving duo to each collect over 100 yards in the same game. Sophomore Rob Burnett takes a leadership role, and fills in for an injured Ted Gregory to keep the defensive front solid and intense. Syracuse totally controls the bowl-bound Panthers 24-10, raising their record to 8-0. To this squad, it is simply one more down and another one to go. 7 years of planning, a mission towards excellence, now are reaping immense benefits for head coach Dick MacPherson, one of college football's most successful and respected coaches.
He goes beyond coaching. He goes into the point of actually, I would say, becoming like a father image to you. He's always helping, he's always concerned, and it's not just football-wise, he's worried about you later in life as an adult.
He'll listen to your problems, whether it's late at night or early in the morning. I mean, he's the type of person who's always there when you need him.
And he's just been a great supporter and a great motivator in getting us ready to go out and play this year.
Mac's way is different, a unique approach to winning on the gridiron.
I think what people should understand, young coaches especially, is that when you start in this business, you think that you're 90% of what happens. And then as you get a little bit older, you say, well, maybe it's half the kids and half me. And then when you get wiser, you know that it's the kids, 90, and if you're lucky, if you're 10%. And if you have the kids and they're healthy, and now you get them ready, it's a beautiful thing to watch.
He's a likable person. He has a way of, getting people to like him, and he does a good job of, getting his points across, and he's just he's a nice human being.
That's what I think a coach's responsibility is, regardless whether it's on the stage or music, or just get them ready and then let that talent flow. And boy, they flowed.
Pressure continues to mount on Dick MacPherson and his surging squad. Hopes and dreams of an undefeated season are within reach. Following their one down, one to go theme of the season, the Orange look no farther than game number 9 with Navy. But each run, each pass, each tackle is crucial, with so much riding on every play of each remaining game. While the front five continues to overpower at the line of scrimmage and give the skilled Syracuse backfield room to run and pass, Marcus Paul, Jeff Mangrum, Chris Ingram, and David Holmes have become household names within the Orange defensive secondary. The Orange claim their 9th victory against no losses, and their mission towards excellence grows as the pressure of an undefeated season increases. Syracuse returns home to face rivals intent on putting a halt to their dream season. Thousands of loyal alumni and fans join Major Bowl scouts within the capacity-filled Carrier Dome, awaiting a classic Eastern Independent matchup between Syracuse and Boston College. It appears that the undefeated season is in jeopardy as Boston College jumps out to a quick 17-0 lead. It has long been noted that a true test of character is the degree of fortitude present in the face of adversity. And if the Orange are to fulfill their hopes of an 11-0 record, they must act quickly and confidently. They do. The Orange score 45 unanswered points on 7 consecutive possessions, attaining over 400 yards total offense for a record 8th time. The defense pulls together in a total team performance, keeping the Eagles off the scoreboard for the entire second half and icing a thrilling 45-17 come-from-behind victory. There is now one down and only one more to go. One week later, while another capacity crowd awaits the start of Syracuse's final game in 1987, the Orangemen are taking part in a very special press conference.
Extend to Chancellor Eggers and to your athletic director, Jake, and to your head coach, Mac, an invitation to participate in the 1988 USF&G Sugar Bowl, and we sincerely hope they will accept. We have a deal.
Well, it's a great pleasure to speak for these fine young people and their coaches in accepting the very fine offer of the Sugar Bowl to play at New Orleans on January 1, 1988. And with great pleasure, we accept your invitation.
Thank you very much.
I'm so delighted for the university and the chancellor and for him sticking with us through some years. But I'm so delighted for these guys. They're the guys that made it happen, and they're the guys that are going to enjoy it all, and they deserve every minute of it.
It's something that the people that he's surrounded by, the senior group here, chose to go to the Sugar Bowl. And we prayed for it, we worked for it, and we got it.
We're all very, very excited and happy about the Sugar Bowl bid, but I think that the thing that we have our minds on right now is West Virginia, and that will make the Sugar Bowl that much sweeter.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Sugar Bowl bound Syracuse University Orangemen.
Although excitement and anticipation of postseason play runs high among Syracuse fans, the Orangemen need to finish the first stage of their mission towards excellence and defeat West Virginia to preserve the unbeaten season. Michael Owens has the best day of his young career, rushing for a season-high 72 yards, 207 all-purpose yards, and his fourth touchdown of the season. This electrifying 60-yard touchdown reception is merely a preview of the excitement he will generate later in the game's final moments. Guts and determination are the heart of this winning team, and are best exemplified by Darrell Johnston's unstoppable crusade into the end zone. In spite of these orange heroics, the struggle is tied at 24 late in the action. Then, as if fortune has turned away from the orange, West Virginia scores with just over 90 seconds remaining to lead 31-24. The Orange must trust that their previous come-from-behind wins and skilled two-minute offense have prepared them for a miraculous finish or lose their dreams of going undefeated. Syracuse needs a touchdown to have any remote chance at salvaging a win, and against these odds are when the best shine brightest. With less than a minute and a half remaining, Don McPherson hits Michael Owens with the first of 5 critical passes down the stretch. 2 catches by Deval Glover advance the ball to the WVU 25-yard line and sets the stage for perhaps the most dramatic climax in the history of Syracuse University football.
Blitz is picked up. Here's the throw in the end zone for Kelly. Touchdown! Touchdown! Penalty flag. Let's see. Touchdown, Syracuse! Yes!
before he made the call, Donnie looked at me in the huddle and said, "Pat, I'm coming to you," which is, you know, it's unusual. We don't have anything like that. Usually he reads defenses and then makes a choice. But, I mean, there wasn't a doubt in his mind. And so that put a little added pressure on me. But it was a great feeling. It really was. But also I knew it would have been for nothing if we didn't get the 2-point conversion. So I kind of enjoyed it just for a moment, and then I'd get right back into it.
This is for the game here, Jim. What do you expect Syracuse to run? I have no idea, but I think McPherson will be running some kind of an option rollout pass. Tight end is Kelly to the near side. Syracuse trails 31-30 with 10 seconds to go for a 2-point conversion. Donnie McPherson, long count, option to the other side of the field. He pitches to Owen. Dives it! Yeah! Yeah! Oh, yeah! Yeah! Oh, boy, what a play that was! Holy mackerel! Oh, boy, what a victory! I don't believe I saw that comeback! What a comeback! What a game! Holy mackerel, what a game! Oh, boy!
All the hours of practice, of conditioning, of learning, of maturing as men through athletics, of preparation, and preparing over and over again have seen the Orange attain the coveted goal of an undefeated 11-0 season. And the best regular season record ever in nearly a century of Syracuse University football. Each man a contributor, each man a winner. Neither the feelings within each person in this locker room nor the lifetime pride of an undefeated season will ever be stripped away from those to whom it has all meant so very much. The Syracuse University Orangemen relish the satisfaction and pride of fulfilling their goals and now look forward to their reward for 11 perfect games.
2 words that I thought about during this ball game, especially in the 3rd and 4th quarter. One, Darryl Johnson put in my mind, and I didn't even see the whole thing. I just saw the end of it. And as soon as I saw him cross the goal line, all I could think of was desire. We talk a lot about what desire is and what people have to do to win a ball game. But to see what he did to get in that end zone, what he wanted to get in that end zone, it almost brought a tear to my eye, fellas, I swear to you. And then again to see Michael Owens running with his little fat behind all the way down the field, because he knew they were after him. And that word, fellas, was belief. Belief that we can get it done at any time. And for the way we played that whole game, and the way I played that whole game, for you guys to believe that we can go down there with a minute and 30 seconds left and score 8 points. That's belief, fellas. That's awesome. That's what championship teams are all about.
Get that right.
I only got one thing to say, and it hadn't been said before. Just one thing. Down, 1 to go.
The city of New Orleans anxiously awaits the arrival of one of only 3 undefeated Division I college football teams, Syracuse University, who will do battle with the Southeastern Conference champion Auburn Tigers on January 1st, 1988. But first, the Orangemen are to relax and savor local music, Cajun cuisine, and a fine season.
Street, yeah, that's the street where all the elite meet down in New Orleans, the land of dreams. Yeah, never know how much it seems, just how much it really means. I'm glad to be.
Later, the team is treated to some special Southern hospitality, and 3 players add the honors of Sheiks of the Week to their long list of football memories. The first few days in New Orleans, the Syracuse players, staff, and families take in the sights of the French Quarter on foot and on a long, slow cruise up the Mississippi. As the Orange had worked and sweated together for so long on their mission towards excellence, they now enjoy the rewards of their efforts together. Players and staff members are given gold Sugar Bowl watches while on board the boat, a lifetime memory of a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
New Orleans is tremendous. The Southern hospitality is great. They're taking great care of us. No matter what we need, they're providing it for us.
It's great. It's my first time here. It's great. It's pretty much what I expected. You know, what I heard about the basketball team was here, and the fellas tell me all about the places to be, and you know, down there on Bourbon Street, it's just been great. We had a river ride the other day. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else right now.
First couple of days, of course, they go out and see New Orleans. But now it's time, after about 2 or 3 days of that, it's time to start zeroing in. And I think the focus is pretty keen right now.
It's been a great time. New Orleans is just a wonderful city to come to and visit, and we've enjoyed ourselves for the first couple of days since we've been here, and now it's time to set some curfews and get concentrating on football.
It is now time to go back to work once more. One last game for a team that has functioned more as a family than as a collection of varied individuals. And they intend to be ready to play on January 1st.
Front, back, left, front, back, left. To the right foot. Face to the knee, let's go. Push-ups. Here we go, ready? Down. Lay him out, pick him up.
Step inside, Pat, if he comes inside. I know that. Run it again. Get down there and get set. Go! Hey, jam him. Stay with him. Let's go. All right, let's go. Inside.
Practice is briefly interrupted by a surprise visit from New Orleans Saints head coach Jim Mora, who congratulates the Orangemen on their magnificent 11-0 season. Syracuse alumni and fans continue to flock to New Orleans, as well as journalists from print, radio, and television across the nation.
Alabama was the previous record holder on the PAT string. It was 199. It ended this year against Penn State.
Answering the many and sometimes repetitive questions of the national media is one of the required duties of the players. Questions like, how did it feel to have the national champion Nittany Lions shut out by 41 points midway through the third quarter? Was that the high point of the year, or was the comeback win over West Virginia? How does Syracuse measure up with Auburn? And who will win?
So I'm just going to ask.
Are Tim Vesling and the rest of the Orangemen nervous?
When does the nervousness set in?
It'll probably build Thursday night. I think before the game, you start thinking about it, running through the game through your mind. And if you don't have the nervousness, I think there's something wrong with you because you're just not with it then, I don't think. So I would hope to have it.
From these interviews come articles around the country setting the stage for the showdown with Auburn. And even the loyal fans who have traveled thousands of miles to the Sugar Bowl are being interviewed.
Fans are here. That's right. And they're looking forward to a great game. What do you think it's going to be? It's going to be 24-14 as you were a kick butt. 21-14 Syracuse. 17 to nothing.
In keeping with the Mardi Gras spirit of New Orleans, both teams, coaches, and families attend a small-scale version of the famous festival, featuring a dinner banquet, clowns, mimes, cartoonists, magicians, and, of course, a fine musical parade. It is one of the rare events that both schools participating in the Sugar Bowl attend together and captures the excitement of the Mardi Gras festival.
One more time.
Turnell Sims. Here we go. Head up. Arch your back. Head up. Head up. Stretch it. Stretch it. Come on, Turnell. Help Ted Gregory there, Norm.
Your feet going. Go!
The week in New Orleans is almost at an end. The players work to maintain their conditioning and skills, review fundamental drills they have practiced since August, and discuss their offensive and defensive schemes against Auburn in the New Year's Day Bowl. Everyone needs to know their plays and assignments before this practice ends. There is no time for another.
All right, good job running the game.
The final run-through at the New Orleans Saints practice field attracts yet another familiar visitor. Former All-American Tim Green, stopping by to share in the pride of the Orange's rising success.
I'm real proud of Syracuse University football program, what they've done this year and every year, you know, and I feel real good about being down here and seeing a lot of guys that were my teammates and friends of mine, and see them having had such a great year, and Syracuse is here to stay on top.
Acclaimed clarinetist Pete Fountain entertains a New Year's Eve gathering that does not include the players. They are resting with an early curfew in preparation for the Sugar Bowl the following afternoon. Coach McPherson and Auburn head coach Pat Dye take part in the traditional ritual of sipping coffee to welcome in the new year before retiring for the evening themselves.
War Eagle and go Orange.
The band, the cheerleaders, alumni, fans, and friends of Syracuse are in full force, creating excitement at the team hotel at breakfast. Over 15,000 Syracuse supporters have traveled to New Orleans to watch Don McPherson, Ted Gregory, Tim Vessling, and other seniors play in their last game for the Orange and Blue. A gathering of old faces and young, all with a bond to Syracuse.
Alumni do come forward now and take pride in activity as well. And the important thing then after that is that we have some other things to come to the people with, to talk about our academic programs, student service programs, and so on, so that we can use this as an opening of a door to presenting the university in its many facets.
The week of sightseeing and dinners, the days and days of practice, the crushing defeat of Penn State, the comeback wins over Virginia Tech, Boston College, and West Virginia are all a fond part of Syracuse history. The 1988 Sugar Bowl and the Auburn Tigers now are foremost in everyone's mind. This culmination of a mission to excellence is Syracuse's 6th appearance in a New Year's Day Bowl and finds the Orange in for a struggle with the Southeastern Conference champion Tigers. With an outside chance for a national championship still possible, Syracuse throws its diverse offense, engineered by Don McPherson at Auburn, with the hope of taking an early advantage. But neither team can establish dominance in this New Year's Day battle until Auburn busts open a big play and draws first blood 7-0. Syracuse ranks 14th in the nation in total defense and 8th in turnover margin in 1987. Coming from behind to win is not a new concept for the Orangemen. And it's not long before Don McPherson and Duval Glover connect to tie the game at 7. After missing most of the last 4 games with a knee injury, Ted Gregory is back to work. Michael Owens, Darrell Johnston, and Robert Drummond each finished the season with more than 500 yards rushing. The first time 3 Syracuse runners from the same backfield have done that since 1959. The Orange are able to move the ball on Auburn throughout much of the first half, but find the end zone an elusive target. National Coach of the Year, Dick McPherson, watches his young defense of the future apply what they have been taught by the coaching staff and by graduating senior players like Paul Fraze. But as the first half ends, the Tigers hold a 10-7 lead. Once more, the Orange will have to fight back into the game. Syracuse moves the ball at the start of the second half, relying on a mixture of passes from All-America quarterback Don McPherson and the slashing running of tailback Robert Drummond, who leads the Orange in yards gained rushing during the season. It appears that Duval Glover may have his second touchdown catch of the day and gives Syracuse the lead, but the ball is instead ruled trapped and incomplete. Tim Vesling, one of 11 Syracuse players to receive All-American mention, ties the game at 10. At the start of the fourth quarter, the Tigers, who have lost only 1 game during the regular season, desperately try to regain the lead. And eventually answer with a field goal of their own to move ahead 13-10. The game has taken the air of one that will come down to the final seconds of play. The magical Kane-McPherson combination connects for one of the last times, and although the Orange are able to find running room, they settle for now on a tying field goal by Vesling. 13-13 as the fourth quarter of the 1988 Sugar Bowl winds down. The Orange defense realizes it must pull together and hold Auburn in order to get the ball back in the hands of Don McPherson and set up another scoring drive. Coach Mack has all the confidence in the world in Don McPherson, a holder of 22 Syracuse passing records, the winner of the 1987 Maxwell Club Award, Johnny Unitas Award, and runner-up in the Heisman Trophy balloting. With time running out, Robert Drummond is called on to carry on 3rd and short, and everyone waits for an official marking. When the referee signals that Drummond's carry is short of the first down, Coach Mack wastes no time in electing to bank the game on the sure foot of Tim Vesling. Vessling's field goal gives the Orange a 16-13 lead with just minutes remaining, and it appears that another Syracuse comeback win could be at hand. Auburn does not quit and advances within a short period of time deep into Syracuse territory. Paul Frage, one of the 3 Orange tri-captains, comes up with a great play in batting down a potential winning touchdown pass. After completing one more pass, the Tigers use their last timeout to send in the field goal unit, as Auburn coach Pat Dye elects to play for a tie with only 4 seconds remaining. The tying field goal is good as time runs out, and by forcing Auburn to settle for the field goal, the Orange preserve their undefeated season and a proud performance in the 1988 Sugar Bowl. After years of hard work, Syracuse University football has returned to the high standards of excellence brought back over the last 7 years under the reign of Dick McPherson. Now and for years to come, the tradition in the East has returned. Syracuse University football, celebrating an undefeated season, is back on a mission towards excellence.
If I knew back then all the things I know today, maybe I would not have changed 1 hour, 'cause I learned so much from my mistakes. All the nights we cried and we prayed we'd see the morning light. We never thought that we could ever make it, and you were sure you'd never hear me say, this is the time, this is the moment. We've waited so long just to be standing here. We had a dream, we made it happen. Nobody believed that we could get this far. And now I know that this is our time. Baby, baby, it's our time.
I said that this was going to be the best football team we ever had, and I knew that I'd be right.
Past 4 years that I've been here, we've worked very hard, and we've worked very hard through January and March and April, right through till June every year.
When I came to Syracuse, I kind of made a commitment with the other seniors that before we leave, we'd make our mark, and I think we have.
You know, we've had great tradition as far as being good football teams and, you know, always ending up in bowls and stuff. And I think we're bringing that tradition back.
I'd have to say right now that Syracuse University is really on a high right now.
With the group of guys we had leading us, Donnie and Teddy and Paul, it was just great that
we were a part of bringing football tradition back into Syracuse.
Syracuse is on a mission.